AC boys, it's certainly not ended the same way. Starters back up there onto the ladder. Now Speeding Comet goes in, but they're going without Laver Rod. Didn't hold them long at all, and caught us all napping actually. And Wrigley is the first to go. Speeding Comet had jumped well. Pims Royale and War God out there wide. A Little Fish on the track, and Maginique is going forward as well, very deep in a compacted field. Back last of all is Caracapo. Well, as they'd settled properly and going along past the 900 mark, it's Wrigley on the inside being tested by Maginique, but Wrigley kicks through again, gets 3/4, 1.5 to Speeding Comet, racing on the outside of War God. A length and a half away then is Alpha Sky, Little Fish. Pims Royale was there early, but is now well back. Second last as they reach the 500, and Caracapo had whipped them all in as Wrigley goes for a dash on the corner. 4:50 to run. Wrigley straightened up a length and a half to Maginique. War God tracking its stablemate into the stretch, followed by Speeding Comet. Alpha Sky behind them. Pims Royale had cut the corner and had gone right back to the inside to set after them. Wrigley is the leader. Look at the run that Pims Royale is getting. Down the middle comes Speeding Comet at the 150. Wrigley rolling up the track, joined by Pims Royale. Here's Pims Royale bursting through, grabs the lead from Wrigley. Speeding Comet, and goes home to win. Pims Royale from Wrigley. Speeding Comet third from War God, Little Fish, Alpha Sky, Caracapo, and fading out of it to finish back there last is Maginica. Number 5, the winner, Pims Royale, ridden by Mitchell Pateman. Takes out the last of the day. And of course, that late scratching there has seen all horses' markets certainly be trimmed right up, with the $1.75 elect Laver Rod coming out. Pims Royale jumped cleanly, but got right back, and he had to roll the dice back to the inside as Wrigley wobbled up the track. Pims Royale pounced, put them away, and that ends a pretty good day here for the Fernie Yard. Pims Royale winning by Hassan from Pims Lane for Luke and Karen Fernie, prepared by Luke here at headquarters, and Mitchell Pateman there in the saddle. Takes out the last over one, Wrigley. Chris Graham, Speeding Comet, third home. Bo Banovic Edwards, War God back there in fourth spot. But a big chunk of the market comes out of it there with that scratching of Laver Rod. Pims Royale home. That's a wonderful strike rate the horse has built. 10 from 25. Outstanding. And what a job the boys at Kambana Lodge, of course, have done over the time there with Pims Royale. The horse grew in confidence in the Goldfields, and that stands him in great stead now with the fact that he's racing so often here in the metropolitan area. He had successive placings to Red Can Man. He then ran into Media Baron in the Old Comrade. They pulled him back today to a 1200, and he comes off that 28-day space so well. He looked a treat, and we got a good push out of the yard from Peter Fernie rather earlier on today's. The time is 1:10.35. 1:10.35, 34.80 the split. 1 1/4 by half a length the margins. 5, 1, 11 and 8 there to round out the afternoon. A pretty happy Mitchy Pateman too there. He did give it the big fist pump as they went to the line. Pims Royale's victory in the last. Okay, no luck at all there for the KC boys with the Laver Rod. I'm not quite sure how extensive the situation was there. Apparently, according to Harold Taylor, the steward, the horse got strung up inside the barriers as he walked in there, and they had no alternative but to rip him out. So a real disappointing end of the day as far as Sean, Jake Casey and Patrick Carberry were concerned. But it was a day of many highlights, and it was clearly the big grey mare, Fabagino, that shone the brightest. That's all for now. Full aftermath recap of the card tomorrow with Marty and the boys between 8 and 9. I'll catch you from Bunbury. Until then, for now, it's a very good evening from Ascot.
I'm downstairs with trainer Luke Fernie, and Luke, on his 25th birthday, you had to wait all day for it, but this is how you wanted to celebrate, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pretty ordinary day up until now. I thought, oh geez, I'm handing my licence in, but we've got the win today, and I'm bloody stoked. Mitchell's done a great job. I thought he was a little bit too far back. During the race, we sort of planned to be forward, and a bit of a weird start, and I thought, oh, we might be in a bit of trouble, and they rolled off, so it was great to see him get up and win.
It was a really unusual race. It was a scratchy start, but you said there you weren't expecting him to be as far back as he was, but as soon as he found the split on the rail, did you know you had the type of horse that would have the turn of foot to run over them?
Yeah, he is a really nice horse when he lets down, and last start was out of character for him. There was a couple of issues underlying, so we've got on top of them, and he's come back and shown us how good he can be.
Most notably, he's moved from your father's Kalgoorlie stable into your Ascot stable. How has he coped with the Ascot environment, given that we know him as quite a hot horse?
Yeah, we're dropping back from a mile. I haven't really done a great amount with him, and we struggle to get vets in Kel, so having the vets in Perth was ideal for him, and we've been able to treat him, and that was the main reason he stayed here. I'm lucky Dad left it with me.
You might not be so lucky. You might be trying to steal him back. What sort of issues have you had to iron through with him?
He had a case of the allergies where he just had asthma quite bad, and so we just stuck on top of them, and he's a different horse today.
An update on Miss Frost from the earlier defeat?
Yeah, nothing went right for her today. I mean, I wouldn't criticise her on that run. Nothing went right, so she'll bounce back from that, I'm sure, and she'll win some nice races.
All right, looking forward to that, and nice way to end the last. Happy birthday, Luke.
Cheers, Britt.
Luke Fernie celebrating his 25th birthday, and what better way, Scott, to celebrate than with a winner in the last?